Hey folks, it's Mr. Markart here explaining how to clean the tank in the front of the classroom. Principles are pretty simple. It's just making sure that you have the right materials, know where to clean, what to put back in, and like where to set things after they're done and clean. First thing that you're gonna grab is a white or orange pail from the aquaponics room. Should be empty. And then the cleaning pail that might be under Walter's tank or at least in the aquaponics room. So in that you should see a siphon, a scrubber, and maybe a net. The first step that you're going to do is take your scrubber and you are going to scrub the sides of the tank. This loosens up the sides a little bit. With this scrubber, you really want to hit up the back side of the tank. It's a side that can't be reached by the floatable little side scrubber. So that's the parts that you'll definitely want to prioritize. Scrub-a-dub-dub. There's 17 fish in this tub. The next thing after those are scrubbed is you're going to take out all of the fake plants that are inside of the tank. There should be a gathering of them kind of sprawled out, kind of pick them up, watch where the drips are, and you're going to set them into the back lab space to wash off with just water. Remember, this is going into a tank with fish, no soap, just water. After they've been rinsed off, you can just hang them to dry in the white little racks in the back. Your next step is going to be using a siphon tube in order to get water from this tank down below to a pail that you're going to dump down the drain in the aquaponics room. The water physics behind this is fairly simple, and you may remember some of this from your science class. You're taking essentially an area of high pressure, the tank in the front, right, with a lot of water, there's a lot of pressure built up here, up in the air to an area of low pressure, down on the floor. We need to bring that in, and so in order to give high pressure to low pressure, I need this whole thing completely submerged. A quick and dirty way to do that is to submerge it once underneath the water, and then rotating it kind of like a coin that's just about to end after it's being spun. Once you've got all of the spinning done, you'll see a couple bubbles at one point. You'll spin it again, some more bubbles, spin it again, and you'll keep doing that until you see no more bubbles. At that point, you're going to cap off the end of the small little buoy and then pick it up out of the water and put it into your white or orange pail. Let's get a close-up of this physics in action. I've got my siphon tube here. I'm going to submerge it underwater. You'll hear some bubbles. I'm going to rotate it around just like the end of a coin falling. Rotate, bubbles, rotate, bubbles, rotate. Oh, maybe no bubbles? We'll do one more time just in case. No more bubbles. I'm going to cap off my small end with my thumb. I'm going to leave my left hand underneath the water, pick this end up, and put it into the pail. And that is how you make a siphon. Adjust your ends a little bit. Oop. And we're just going to kind of rifle through the gravel a little bit. You'll notice I'll pick up some of the poop on the side. This also helps level it out a little bit. Our tilapia like to root around and make the place their home. This is our opportunity to just remind them to, you gotta make your bed every so often. Can't always leave it messy. If at any point you've gotten as much as you can on this end and you've got this bar in the way, but you still want to move forward, it's always sometimes nice to cap the end of the small tube, just like this. And once it's capped, you can stick it back underneath the water and then move it as long as it's submerged. So that's what I'm going to do here.
I'm gonna go further down.
Once you've come to the end, you can simply just pick up the large side of the siphon and let the rest drain through the tube. Just like that. Siphon can go back in the blue tube, or blue pail. And then this pail can go down the drain in the aquaponics room. The siphon tube that's used mainly for Walter's tank is a fixed tube that has just simple little line that goes straight into the actual vinyl tubing. Another possibility or siphon tube that you might see in the aquaponics room is one that has a valve in it. So you'll notice when you look down the tube, there's a little blue kind of blocker that really only is opened when there's enough pressure that's built with it. So it's an option that you guys can use when you are cleaning this tank. I'll quick demo it for you guys. You're gonna take the large end, that's gonna go into the tank. Small end, you're gonna position over your waste container. And with these valve ones, you're essentially pushing and plunging the big end into the water enough to create enough pressure to break that little, the valve, and then push the water out through there. That's a fail. Let's try this again. There we go. Shake it in the water. The valve siphon is a nice option. Fair warning, it does fill up quick, so you have to watch how fast the water's coming out. For normal cleanings, you're really only going to be replacing one pail of water for one pail of dechlorinated water that you'll see, hopefully, laying out in the aquaculture room. Today, you'll notice that my water level is a little lower. I wanted to really replace a lot of water because it was looking especially gritty. So, replace the water, putting it back into the top. And you're gonna fill until the top of the little piece of electrical tape on the corner is up to the top level. After that, you're gonna be replacing the fake green plants with the fake green plants that are underneath the tank. These are the ones that have sat out or have been thoroughly cleaned, swapped out by your teacher, and put back into the bottom. Not replacing the ones that you just hung up on the white drying racks, but it's the ones that will be in the white pail underneath this tank. So, let's see a bunch of them. Look at all the colors. Toss them in, kind of give the fish a little bit of some space to be able to hide and just live their fishy lives. You look like you're there. Holy cats! Hopefully your fish don't stress out too much. Pail can go back underneath the tank. And that, folks, is how you clean a tank.